fronts of the thighs in, broaden the backs of the thighs, and the pelvic floor, the base of the pelvis. Drawing the sacrum in and up. Lift up through the central channel effortlessly. But root the outer hips and thighs down and release the legs down towards the knees. Make your teacup hands. Bring your fingers behind you and lift your upper arm bones and roll your shoulder blades down your back. Draw your waist in slightly and keep releasing your legs down and root the outer hips and thighs down and lift the sides of the body up, outer hips to armpits. And then observe that reverse C in your armpit, chest back of the armpit to the front of the armpit up, and edge of the shoulder blades down. And then take your hands on your thighs, palms can be up or down. And then to make sure that you're not overdoing the back bend, take your tailbone a little forward and towards the pubis and lift the pelvic floor slightly and continue that lift up the central channel. And there we go. And then widen the diaphragm and draw the sides of the waist back so that the lower front ribs, they move a little back towards the lower back ribs and they lift up off the top rim of the sacrum. So you're not shoving that in. Draw the chin back slightly so the ears are over the shoulders, and then take the base of the skull a little bit up off the top of the neck so that the back of the neck is long like a swan. Let your eyes drop back towards the back of your head and drop down and towards your heart center. You can have the eyes slightly opened or closed. And observe your breath here for a few moments. And as you're breathing, think of dropping down into your seat like a thunderbolt of energy coming out through your pelvic floor into the center of the earth. It's the root chakra, Muladhara chakra moves down and also up. So rooting into the earth gives you that energy to lift up out of gravity effortlessly. And let the breath move into the chest cavity, into the lung space, creating space by moving the diaphragm, the ribs, and the chest, and then gently releasing that expansion as you exhale. And then we're going to do our opening chant, call and response. We do Om and Shanti together. So bring your hands to Namaskar Mudra, prayer position, and then take the base of the thumb at the wrist, the base of the sternum, and lift the bottom to the top, and then take the fingers to point up, fingers all the way together to make a firm seal. Press a little bit firmly into the sternum so you can feel the vibration of the chant. We'll chant Om, we'll take a deep breath in and out and chant Om together. So big breath in and out. And then big breath in for Om. Sahana Bhavatu,
Sahana Bhavatu,
Sahana Bhunaktu,
Sahana
top of your shoulders. And then release your hands down to your thighs. Soften the front of the throat towards the back of the neck and the sides of the throat up along the jawline towards the base of the skull. And release the base of the skull away from the top of the neck, curling the chin in a little bit towards the notch of the clavicles. Maintain the lift of the center and side body as you root the outer hips and thighs down. And release the energy of the brain, the eyes, and the other senses into the heart center. So coming out of your thinking brain and descend into your sensing and feeling body. And then keeping your eyes closed on an inhalation, slowly curl up the back of your neck and level your ears over your shoulders. Relax the shoulders as you lift the side and the center body up. And root the outer hips and thighs down. And then with your eyes closed, raise your gaze to level. And then take the eyes to the back of the head. And once again, drop down into the heart center, coming out of the brain and into the body. And imagine that you can see from your heart center, not just at the front, but also at the back and the sides of your body. Sensing and feeling, seeing and hearing. From the heart center, 360 degrees. And then let your eyelids gently float open. And go ahead and extend your legs and come into Shavasana for a couple of breaths. I'm just going to get my speaker and do some breathing with the knees bent. You can take a few breaths, lie on your back with your legs straight. I'm going to get my thing organized here. And then you're going to go ahead and bend your knees up one by one. And then your feet are flat, comfortable distance from your buttocks and from each other. And then, so it's very effortless to hold your legs up. And then, bring your hands on your upper abdomen, lower rib cage. And rest your thumbs on your lower ribs. Widen your hands enough so they're not touching. And then rest your fingers and hands on the upper abdomen above the belly button area. Let your fingers spread and relax, so it should be super comfortable. Okay. And then we're going to use this breathing app. So we're doing resonance breathing, slowing down the breath, and we're doing the 3 parts of the breath, starting at the abdomen, then the ribs, then the chest. Okay? So the ratio is inhaling for 6 seconds and exhaling for 6 seconds. So you're coordinating your breath with the sound of this tone. So I'm going to put it near the computer so these guys can hear it too. Okay. And I'm going to just testing the sound. Seems like it's too low. Can you hear that on Zoom? Yep. Okay. Can you guys hear that in the room? Yes. Okay. So we're going to start over. So it's 2 minutes. Okay. And you're just paying attention to the breath in this area by sensing and feeling the movement of the diaphragm and the abdomen. So take an inhale and exhale. And then we'll begin. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So you're regulating the breath. Inhaling for 6 seconds. then we do the thoracic or intercostal breathing. So you turn your hands, so your thumbs point down to the bottom and your index finger webbing wraps around the side of your ribs. So it's like this here, right? And then you can just relax your hands, but you're trying to get up high, not too high on the ribs, but not too low. So you want to feel that expansion of the side ribs as you breathe. Yeah. Okay? So this is intercostal or thoracic breathing. Inhale, exhale, and then we'll begin. Just relax your hands for a moment, and then we're going to work on the third part of the breath. So that's the most shallow part of the breath. So the least important part of the breath, but still important for a full breath, is the clavicular breathing, it's called. So it's the top chest, the sternum, and the clavicles. We'll do two hand positions. First one, bring your right palm on your sternum, and then your right fingertips touch your left collarbone. You bring your left hand on top of that and touch your right collarbone with your left fingertips, okay? So like that, and then we'll do that for 1 minute. Elbows will be off the ground, but they can rest on the side of the body, kind of like a sarcophagus. Okay, like this. Pressing the sternum and touching the fingertips to the clavicles. Second position after 1 minute will be like this. Just take a look. You'll just let your elbows rest on the ground, and then just lightly touch under the collarbone area for the second minute. Okay, so the second minute is like this. Okay, with the elbows on the ground. First minute like this. Right, so you have your palms on the collarbone, your palms on your breastbone and your fingertips on your collarbone. Okay, so inhale, exhale, just paying attention to the breath at the top chest, and then we begin. Inhale. Exhale. let your arms rest at your sides, palms up. And just let go of the conditioning of your breath now and just observe your natural breath and just extend your legs one by one, coming back to Shavasana. And your body-mind breath in its natural state for a few moments. So then we'll do our Yoga Asana Sangraha collection. Sangraha means collection of movements to prepare the torso, lower back, and lower abdomen, the whole abdominal torso region for more vigorous types of movement. So Tadagi Mudra is first. So you roll your inner thighs down towards the mat. Bring your legs all the way together with firm legs, firm your muscles to your bones, firm your knees, not to flex the feet, just a slight point, just enough so that you can press the backs of the legs down and lengthen the fronts of the legs. Bring your arms along your sides, palms down. Draw your lower, excuse me, draw your lower belly towards your spine. Firm your triceps to the bones and your biceps, and firm your elbows and firm your knees and legs. And then on an inhale, you're going to raise your arms up over your head, keeping your arms straight, and your palms will face up as you bring your arms all the way over your head on the ground, backs of the hands on the ground. And if they don't touch, you can have some support under your arms and hands, right? And then if you're too close to the wall, you could move a little away from the wall. Keep your arms shoulder width apart, and hands, yeah. And keep your arms firm, your elbows and knees and triceps. Yeah. And you're using your arms to lift the rib cage up away from the hips. And you're using your legs to gently bring the hips a little bit away from the rib cage. So you're creating this space, between your hips and ribs. And this is, as you exhale, release a little bit here. Yeah. So, so this is the, Tadagi means empty lake. So this is the hollowness of the abdomen here. So observe that hollowing of the abdomen. And then take your fingers like that together a little. Yeah. And firm here. Yeah. Very good. Good. So then you take an inhale, exhale, pull the belly towards the spine a little bit more from your elbows and knees, and inhale, raise your arms up to the ceiling, and exhale, lower your arms down to the sides, palms down. Excuse me. And then pull your lower belly in towards your spine as you bend your knees up one by one. Bring your feet flat, hip width distance apart, and close to your buttocks. We'll lift up into what's called Dvipada Pitam, 2 legs lifting the buttocks up. And it's similar to bridge, but you're not lifting very high. So turn your palms to face your hips, lift one shoulder and roll it a little bit under, and then lift the other shoulder and roll it under. So your shoulder blades scoot together over your spine, and then your chest is lifted. This will put your pelvis in a slight pelvic tilt forward. So you have this rainbow curve of your spine, not too high. Your feet are close enough to your buttocks, but not so close that your hands touch your heels. Then you press into your feet and lift your buttocks up to a comfortable distance, and pause here and breathe. Not to push the belly out, right? Keep the belly hollow as you're able. Let the breath move into the side ribs, the back ribs, and then push into your feet a little bit more. So it pushes you more towards the tops of your shoulders, and the back of the neck lengthens, the front of the throat softens, the eyes are soft, face is soft. And then coming down, as you exhale, lay your vertebrae down one vertebra at a time, from the top of your spine all the way down. Slowly, slowly elongate your lower back. Try to also put those vertebrae down one by one, and then release your hips and let them roll forward into neutral. And then turn your palms down and keep your feet where they are. Roll your shoulders up off the ground towards each other in the front of your body. Let your hips roll back so you have the pelvic tuck.
and you're pressing your lower back down, lower belly towards the spine. As you exhale, lift your head and shoulders up, reach your hands towards your feet on the ground, and look at your belly button. It's called Nabhi Darshanam. And breathe here and observe how you can't really breathe into your abdomen, right? Though your diaphragm has to move. So focus the breath on the upper back and chest area. And then inhale and lower the head and shoulders down. And exhale, go ahead and extend your legs one by one, turn your palms up, and take a couple of breaths in Shavasana. And let that go. The next pose we're going to do is also on the floor. It's called Pavana Muktasana. So you roll your inner legs to the mat and then bring your firm legs together. Extend the front of your legs a little bit and press the backs of the legs down. Have a little pelvic tuck. And then bring your arms along your sides, palms down. Lower belly to the spine. Bend your knees up one by one so your feet are flat, hip width distance apart. Let your hips roll back. So pelvic tuck. So you're pressing your lower back down, lower belly to spine. And then raise your right foot off the ground. Interlace your fingers so the webbings are all the way together. And hold the shin just below the knee. If that's uncomfortable, you can hold behind the knee. Flex your right foot. And then let your right leg fall forward and push it into your hands, keeping your fingers interlaced until your arms straighten. And then press your lower back down and observe how your left foot starts to get light. Lightly float your left leg out on the ground, extending the front of the left leg foot points right, and it's on the ground. It's on the ground, the left leg, the whole back of the left leg. So don't overpoint your leg. Yeah. So you can press the left leg down and press the right leg forward into the hands and press the lower back down. Take a breath, and then as you exhale, you're going to relax your whole right leg, the groin, the buttock, and let it fall into your hollow abdomen. Keep lifting your ribs up away from your hips. Take a few breaths here and allow your abdomen to hollow and release your buttock, top of the buttock to move away from the lower back. The right sitting bone curls up along the back of the thigh towards the back of the knee as you draw the knee up towards the chin or chest. Flex the right foot a little bit, point the left foot a little bit, press the left leg down, press the lower back down. As you exhale, curl your head and shoulders off the ground and bring your chin, nose, or forehead towards your knee, but try to stay more in the middle. Don't lean to one side. And breathe here, again, into the upper back and chest. And then inhale, lower your head and shoulders down, exhale, right leg falls forward, push it into the arms, press the lower back down, observe how your left foot gets light, lightly float your left foot back up. So your left foot is flat on the ground, knee bent. Lower your right foot next to the left, raise your left leg up. Have your interlaced fingers on your left shin, flex your left foot. Let your left leg fall forward and then push it into your firmly interlaced hands and let your arms lengthen until they're straight. Press your lower back down firmly and observe how your right foot gets light. Just lightly extend the right leg out on the mat. The front of the right leg extends. Press the back of the right leg down. Press the left leg into the hands. Press the lower back down. Take a breath, and then as you exhale, relax your left buttock, groin, left foot and leg, and let the left leg fall into the hollow abdomen. You can always pull the ribs up away from the hips a little bit and continue to release the front of the groin and the lower abdomen, and draw the knee up a little bit towards the chin as well, and let the lower back lengthen and the left sitting bone curl up along the back of the thigh towards the back of the knee. Keep the right leg firm and pressing down. Take a breath, and then as you exhale, head and shoulders up, chin, nose, or forehead towards the knee, right? And stay more towards the middle, and breathe here. Again, into the upper back and chest. Right foot extends a little bit so you can get more of the back of the right leg on the ground. And then inhale, you lower your head and shoulders down. Exhale, you push your left leg forward into your interlaced hands. When you're holding the left leg, hold just below the knee. Yeah. And then your left foot is flexed. Press your back firmly into the mat. Observe how your right foot gets light. Float your right foot back, flat on the mat, knee bend. Release your left leg down. Go ahead and extend your arms and legs and come back into Shavasana for a couple of breaths and let that go. So the next position we'll do in this asana style is called Supta Virasana. So sorry, I'm just have to turn off my, oh, here we go. Sorry. Supta Virasana. So you're going to start in Tadagi Mudra. So you roll your inner legs down towards the mat, firm your knees, walk your legs all the way together. Lower belly toward your spine, bring your arms along your sides, firm your elbows and knees, firm your arm muscles and leg muscles to the bones. Press the lower back down by pulling the lower belly in towards the spine. It won't touch the ground, but just keep it down towards the mat. And then inhale, you raise your arms overhead. Once again, in Tadagi Mudra, keep your arms and hands and wrists shoulder width apart, not closer. Reach with your arms and ribs up away from your hips and reach your legs and hips down away from your ribs so you get more length and hollowing of your abdomen. And not to push the lower ribs out, but see if you can allow them to float back towards the mat. And then really press the lower belly towards the spine. Bend your knees up one by one, feet flat without using your arms. Keep your arms overhead. Let your hips roll back a little bit, pressing the lower back down. Keep the waist firmly pressing down, and then bend your knees up towards your chest one by one without using your arms. And then cross your feet at the ankles and flex your feet strongly, hooking your feet. Pull your knees apart and a little bit up towards your armpits, keeping your lower back on the ground. This is called Supta Virasana in this style. And breathe here. So when you pull the knees apart, you should feel an isometric contraction in the pelvic floor and some extension of your inner legs. Now relax your feet and change the cross of your feet. Hook the feet again and pull the knees apart and a little bit towards your armpits, towards the sides of the body as you pull the knees apart, keeping the lower back down. And the waist hollow. Now firm your arms and inhale, raise your arms up to the ceiling, and exhale, let your knees relax and your knees come a little bit closer together and your feet relax. Wrap your arms around your legs and hug your knees and keeping your feet crossed. And then change the cross of your feet, and then we'll roll up to sitting and standing potentially. So you hold each knee just below the knee with its separate hand. You lift your legs up a little so they go towards straight, feet towards the ceiling. You lift your chin up, look towards your belly, and then tuck your feet and roll up. Yep, just like that. Very good. So then we come to standing. For here, you can use the momentum, right? Or you can do it just from here. Come on. Yes, good, Anissa. That's a good longevity factor. See, the newbie can do it. Only new to me though, not new to yoga. I could be. From gardening. Okay, very good. Gardening will do it too. Up and down. All right, so we're going to come to standing and do the 5 directions of the spine. Hopefully that will connect. Okay, so come to stand with your legs all the way together if that's comfortable for you. Nope, doesn't like it. Okay. Firm your knees, firm your elbows. Later. And firm your lower belly towards your spine with a slight pelvic tuck. 5 directions of the spine. The first one is Ardha Kati Chakrasana. So inhaling, raise your left arm up, forward and up alongside your left ear. Exhale there and give a slight pelvic tuck. Tailbone forward, right? Firm the fronts of your leg. Then inhale, you're going to lengthen your left side ribs. Exhale, you'll slide your right arm down a little. Don't go too far. Keep your arm and ear very close to each other. Lift your chest a little bit and breathe into your left side ribs. These are to open your lung channels. Now inhale, you reach up. Exhale, lower your arm out to the side, palm down. Left arm or right arm, inhale it forward and up alongside your ear. Exhale there and pelvic tuck. Firm your knees, firm your waist. Inhale, get a little more length on your right side, and then exhale, slide your left arm down, lift your chest, keep your arm and ear close to each other and not to hook your wrist, keep your wrist straight. Breathe into your right side ribs. And then you inhale, raise your arm up, exhale, extend it out to the side and turn the palm down as you come down. From your waist, from your knees and elbows, soften your skin as you firm your muscles to your bones. Soften your gaze, keep your head cool, torso passionate, hips and legs grounded and rooted. And then it's Kati Chakrasana. Inhale, you raise your arms up, draw your shoulder blades down, lift your elbows up, look side to side, keep your arms a little lower than your shoulders, not above. Firm waist, firm knees, firm elbows. Exhale, bend your right elbow and bring your right hand just below your left collarbone. Then you turn just enough so you can look back at your left hand and then observe how your left hip went back. So pull your left hip forward so your hips stay neutral as you twist your torso and head and neck and gaze, and breathe into your right palm, into your top chest on the left side. Again, this is for your lung channels. Try not to lean back in the top chest. Yeah. Pull your waist in a little more. Yes. And then inhaling, you open your right arm out to the side, come back to the center. Exhaling, bend your left elbow, bring your left palm under your right collarbone, turn and look back, and then pull your right hip forward and make sure you're not leaning forward, right? Keep your waist firm and breathe into your right top chest. And then inhaling, you open your left arm out to the side and come back to the center. And exhale, lower your arms down from your elbows and knees, from your waist, soften your gaze, broaden your gaze. And then it's Ardha Chakrasana. So you bring the top of your hand to the top of your hip, fingers point down, thumbs wrap around to the front. Lift and roll your shoulders back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, draw your shoulder blades down. Take a firm pelvic tuck, firm up the front of your thighs. And then you'll push your hips forward over your toes, lift the sides of the body up in the center. And if it's comfortable, take your head back. So you shouldn't feel any crunching in your lower back. And you breathe here into your top chest. And then inhale, coming back to neutral. Exhale, bring your firm arms down to your sides. From your elbows and knees, from your arms and legs and torso, soften your gaze. So then it's Urdhva Hastasana. So you interlace your fingers, webbings all the way together, turn your palms down, spread your palms and fingers, especially the base knuckles of your fingers, from your elbows, from your waist, from your knees. Inhale, take your arms up over your head. Exhale there, take a pelvic tuck from your knees. And then shift your weight a little forward. Don't go too high, but lift your heels up and breathe here. Look at a point that doesn't move. See if you can get a little more lift in your ribs up away from your hips. And then coming down, you undo your fingers, float your heels down at the same time as you float your arms down. Yeah, good. Okay, and then the last one is for your hamstrings and back muscles. So this is Ardha Uttanasana, palms face back, just straight back. Not this way, but just straight back. Yeah. Lift your upper arm bones and roll your shoulders back. Shoulder blades a little bit together over the spine, but not to lean back. Again, firm your waist, little pelvic tuck. Good. Firm your knees. Take a breath. Inhale. As you exhale, keep the top chest lifting. And once again, inhale. Keep the top chest lifting. As you exhale, you're going to come over into half forward bend, buttocks back, chest, chin forward. Shoulders roll back. Yeah, so you're using your back strength. Good. Breathe here. Good. And then inhale, you just come back to stand, and exhale, turn your palms to face your hips and stand in Samasthiti. Okay? Yes. So much is happening inside. Correct. That's good. I like that. So I think, are we warm? How's the temperature for everyone? Just do a little fan. We'll start with fan. And then if you need the AC up, we'll do the AC up. Okay. So we're going to do some sun salutation, yoga asana sangraha style. Okay. So it's very different. Firm elbows, firm knees, firm waist, soft eyes. Inhale, you take your arms up over your head. And if it's comfortable, you look up. If not, you look straight ahead. If it's easy to bring your palms together with your elbows straight, you do that. If not, just keep your arms shoulder width. Exhale, you extend your arms out to the side, torso forward. Roll your shoulders back, chest, chin forward. So this is Ardha Uttanasana again. And then inhale, you're going to bend your knees, lift your heels a little, bring your hands on the ground in front of you and bow your head down. Inhale, you come up, shift your weight a little forward. Exhale, you're going to step or jump back right into down dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Firm elbows, firm knees. Let your waist float up towards the back body. Widen your inner thighs right at the pelvic floor and move those back, as well as the outer hips as you press down into your hands and forward into your fingers. Keep firming your elbows and rolling your triceps in towards each other. And then coming forward, you lift your heels, look between your hands, step or jump, bring your feet forward. Come into that squat with the heels up, head down. Inhale, you lift your head, extend your arms back, roll your shoulders back. As you lower your heels, you come to Ardha Uttanasana, straight legs. Exhale there, and then inhale, you come all the way up. Again, you can look up or straight ahead, and then exhale, float your arms out to the side. Good, okay? So that's it. We'll do it 2 more times, just like that. Okay, so inhale. Reach up, look up if that's comfortable, lifting the chest. Exhale, swan dive, arms out to the side. Roll the shoulders back, buttocks back, head forward, chest, chin forward. Inhale, you bend your knees, bow your head, and exhale. Inhale, you shift your weight onto your hands, step or jump, right up into down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. From your elbows and knees, and then pull your hips back from the inner groins and the outer hips, and press down into your hands and forward into your fingers. And firm your elbows and triceps in and up. And breathe into your full wide open rib cage and chest with a hollow abdomen. And then you shift your weight forward, lift your heels up, step or jump into that squat, head down. And then inhale, you lift your head up, roll your shoulders back. Exhale, you come up into Ardha Uttanasana. Head up more, Anissa, and arms down more, and chest and head up more. Yes, that's it. And then inhale, you come all the way up, look up, exhale, float your arms, okay? 1 more like that, okay? Inhale, reach up, lift the chest, exhale, swan dive, the arms, head up. So you're going to Ardha Uttanasana. So your chest is up, arms down a little, Anissa, arms down, there, that's it. And then you inhale, coming down, exhale, bow the head, inhale, head up, shift the weight forward. Exhale, you step or jump back, down dog, firm elbows and knees. Release your head, broaden your shoulders as you firm your elbows in and up and triceps. Lift your kneecaps as you descend the heels. Pull the hips back using the inner and outer thighs. So you're keeping that hollow abdomen. And you lift your heels, look between your hands, step or jump to that squat, head down. And then head up, arms back, exhaling, you come up to Ardha Uttanasana. Good. Inhale, you come all the way up. Exhale, lower your arms. Good, okay? So we'll do this, the second one of those, the next level up. We're leveling up 1, okay? So slightly different. So your palms face back, firm knees and elbows. Now you're going to inhale and raise your arms overhead. Shift your weight a little forward and lift your heels up off the ground. Exhale, you're going to come down into what's called low Utkatasana. Your heels stay off the ground. You sit on your heels, arms parallel. See if you can draw your shoulders back over your heels a bit. Then you bring your hands down, exhale, and then shift your weight forward and jump back into, oh, sorry, plank pose, high plank. Okay, firm knees, firm elbows, thighs up a little, Anissa, and inner leg. Good. And then on an exhale, you slowly lower yourself all the way down. Pull your hands back a little, bow your head, point your feet. Pull your shoulders away from your ears and breathe. This is a pose of surrender. And then curl your toes under and firm your knees up and press your hips down and lift your head and shoulders up. Squeeze your elbows in. Firm your knees up, press your hips down, firm your waist. Exhale, you push up into down dog and breathe here. Push down into your hands, forward into your fingers. As you wrap your triceps around towards each other, from your elbows in and up, broaden the shoulders. Pull the hips back, using the inner thighs and the outer thighs. So you have that long, lean waist. Inhale, you lift your head, look forward, exhale, step or jump into that low squat. Sitting on the heels, you bring your arms up again. Balance. Now coming up, you slowly drop the heels back just a little bit, keep them off the ground, raise your arms up, inhaling, and then exhaling, you float your arms and your heels down at the same time. Good, okay? We'll do that 2 more times for fun, okay? So yeah, fair adjustment. And it's easier to balance with your feet and legs together, I think, for most of us, okay? For these. Come a little forward, Fernanda, so, and a little back, Susan. Yeah, okay. Firm knees, firm elbows, palms face back, firm waist. Inhale, you can do your arms and your heels at the same time, right? Firm knees, good. Keep a gaze steady, and then exhale, keep your heels up as you come down, not so high, right? And then you bring your knees a little forward as you draw your shoulders back, good. Then you bring your hands down, exhale, lift your head up, jump back, and then go to plank. Sorry, high plank, firm elbows and firm knees and firm waist. Good. Look down between your hands, but don't sink your thighs, Fernando. Yes. And then keep your legs firm as you slowly lower down. Eventually you can bend your knees as needed, right? Bow your head, point your toes, pull your hands back a little, pull your shoulders back. Breathe in and out and let your troubles come out your brain into the earth. Then you curl your toes under, firm your knees up, firm your thighs, press your hips down to lift your head and shoulders up, firm your elbows, firm your waist, and as you exhale, push up into down dog. Lift the front legs up, including the knees, as you reach the heels back and down. Press down into the hands, forward into the fingers, spread the fingers, firm the triceps and wrap them around towards each other at the front, so the elbows firm up. And then widen the inner thighs as you pull the inner groins back and the outer hips and get more length in your waist. And then you lift your heels, look between your hands and exhale and jump. And you come to that low Utkatasana, arms level, pull the knees a little forward so the shoulders come back over the heels. Keep your gaze steady, then you drop the heels back and start to raise your arms up as you stand up, inhaling. Heels stay up. Exhale. You lower your arms and your heels at the same time. Good. So you can see how this starts to happen, right? So you have to keep the pelvic tuck and these are your rectus abdominis, pubis, and the bottom of the sternum towards each other, okay? We'll do one more. Firm elbows, firm waist. Inhale, you shift your weight a little forward as you come up. Good. Exhale, you keep your arms forward, heels just a little bit up, lower down. Then draw the knees a little forward, shoulders back. Good. Exhale, bring your hands down. Jump or step to high plank, firm elbows and knees. And then exhale, slowly lower down. Bow your head, point your toes, pull the hands back a little, pull the shoulders away from the ears and breathe here. Bowing to the earth. Curl the toes under, firm the knees up, firm the thighs, press the hips down to lift the head up. Firm the elbows, firm the waist, firm the leg. Exhale. Push up, down dog. Firm legs, firm elbows, wide shoulders. Pull the hips back. Create that space in the waist. Breathe. Then you shift the weight, look between the hands, step or jump, low Utkatasana, sitting on the heels, arms level, pull the knees a little forward so the shoulders come back over the heels. Good. And then you just drop the heels and buttocks a little as you raise your arms up. Keep your heels up. Good. And then you exhale and float, heels and arms down. Very good. Okay, so you work the soleus muscle a lot here, deep calf muscle, which is good, called the second heart, pumps the blood up from the legs. So, okay, so now we'll do our standing sequence, okay? So, and it's not holding long, okay? But it's preparatory. It's good for gaining strength, balance, and strength and balance primarily. And some flexibility also, but it's primarily for strength and balance, okay? Coordination. So you can use a block if you need to, but see if you probably won't need to, so not to worry, okay? Firm elbows, firm knees, firm waist, soft eyes. Take a breath in and out. Then you bring your fingertips and you step or jump and you go into your six-pointed star. So it's about 1 meter apart, not super wide with your legs. Okay, and the first pose is twisted triangle. Exhale, bring your hands to your waist. See that your feet are parallel. So turn your heels out a little, yep. Take an inhale, lift the chest. Now, as you come down, you're gonna come down towards that Ardha Uttanasana with your legs a little bit apart, right? Now, bring your left hand to the inside edge of your right leg, and then pull your left hip out to the side, pull your hips back, extend your torso forward and up, and then roll your top shoulder back, extending your head to the middle of the room. And then if it's comfortable, take your right arm up. Be there and breathe. Good. Yeah, beautiful. So Fernanda, I would say take your legs a little wider if possible, and maybe use the block, or you to keep your fingertips there, and then twist. Right, yes, and now twist. No, keep your fingertips on the ground, and then extend your torso forward. And yes, that's, I think, a better position for you. Yeah. Okay, now exhale, you're gonna come down, take your hips, keep your head, hands on your hips, head forward, and inhale, come up, okay? Firm waist, firm legs. Good, we'll do the other side, okay? So if that's still too much, you can bring a block on the ground if you need a block, okay? Have your heels as much as possible on the same line, right? Firm your legs, firm your waist, take a breath, lift your chest, exhale, you come down halfway. Now you take your right hand to the inside of your left ankle, hold your right hip out to the side and back, hips back, torso forward. So you're trying to keep your hips level, and then you roll your top shoulder back as you extend the torso and head forward, then the top arm up. Yes, good, and breathe there. So you're trying to take your head and chest mostly towards the middle, extending. Yep, not dropping. Good. Okay. And then exhale, bring your hands to your waist. Firm waist and legs, roll the shoulders back, and inhale, come up. Strong back muscles. Good. Exhale, toe heel, step or jump, Samasthiti. Feet and legs together. Firm legs, firm knees, firm waist, firm thighs, firm arms, soft eyes. Firm thighs, soft eyes. Firm waist. Okay. Soft skin. Then it's Trikonasana. Step or jump. Turn your legs, have your legs about 1 meter apart or wrists under the wrists. Exhale, take your hands to your waist. Bend and turn your left leg out. Right foot can go in a little heel to heel or heel to instep. So you keep your hands on your waist, okay? Now try to keep both legs straight as you can. If you need to bend the front knee a little, do so, but press strongly into the inner front foot, outer back foot. And then your right hip can roll down a little towards the left, but keep your torso facing the orange wall here and your gaze also. And then exhale, you move your hips to the right as you extend your torso, especially your bottom torso to the left. Then you just drop your left arm down and hold wherever is comfortable, right? And then you take your top arm up and move your hips forward, head and shoulders back a little so that the sacrum and the occiput are in the same line. If it's comfortable, you turn to look up and breathe. So if you need to bend that front leg, you can do so. And you bring your hand on the shin, if you can. Yes. Okay. So you're not leaning too much into the leg, right? Good. Bend that leg a little, just bend it a little. Yeah, okay, that better? Then you work towards straight as you're there comfortably, okay? Now take both hands to the waist. Good, inhale, come up. Good, exhale, bend and turn. Left leg in just a little. Bend and turn, right leg out. Heel to heel or heel to instep. Keep about a meter distance, okay? Or about your wrist over your ankles, okay? And then again, try to straighten both legs. Press into the inner front foot, outer back foot. Make sure your left foot, right foot really turns out all the way. Yeah. And then your left hip can roll a little forward. Take a breath. And as you exhale, you move your hips towards your back heel. You move your torso towards your front foot, keeping your torso facing the front. And then you just drop your right arm down wherever it's going to hold. And then push your hips forward, head back. Take your top arm up. If that's uncomfortable for your arm, you just keep your arm down for some reason, right? Either look straight ahead, down, or up at the top arm and breathe. Then you're going to bring both hands to your hips. Use your leg, use your waist. Turn your top chest up. That's it. Good. And inhale to come up. Good. Exhale, bend and turn. Step or jump. Bring your feet together. Namaste. Firm elbows, firm knees, firm waist, soft skin and eyes, and breathe. Next one is Utthita Parsva Konasana. So again, you step or jump, go a little wider, 6 inches to a foot. Bring your hands to your hips. Bend and turn your left leg out. Back foot in a little, heel to heel or heel to instep. Bend your left leg, left thigh parallel to the ground as you're able. Turn your torso to face the orange wall back here. Extend your arms. Take a breath. Now turn your head, look to your left. Now keep looking to your left as you exhale. Really elongate your bottom arm and ribs out to the side, lying down on that inner left leg. And then you drop your left arm down and your fingertips just lightly touch the ground. Push your knee and arm together. Push your hips forward as you turn your chest up, head back a little. Top arm straight up. Breathe. Now firm your legs, firm your waist. Use your arms. Inhale, you come up and straighten your leg. Good. Keep your arms extending if that's okay for you. Turn your left leg in, right leg out. Adjust your stance as needed. Exhale, you bend your right leg till your thigh is parallel. Turn your head, look to the right, take a breath. As you exhale, you reach out. Keep looking as you reach out, get long on the bottom ribs. Then you drop your arm down on the inside of the leg, fingertips on the ground, top arm up, buttocks forward, head back, arm and leg firm. You can look up, straight forward, or down. Breathe. Be steady and firm. If your fingertips don't touch the ground, that's okay. Okay. And then inhale, you come up, straighten your leg, turn, toe heel, step or jump, back to Namaste. Good. Firm knees, firm elbows, firm waist, soft eyes, steady gaze. So when you're in the poses and in between, keep your gaze steady. That helps steady everything else. And then keep your breath long, slow, full, and deep as you're able. And your gaze should be a little down, so you're not looking up into your brain. Okay, so then Pasarita Padottanasana, step or jump, not too wide, wrists over ankles. Okay, exhale, take your hands to your hips. Doesn't matter if your head touches, you want to really use your leg strength. Fernanda, go a little wider if you can. Turn your heels out more than your toes, so your outer edges of the feet are parallel. Good. Firm your legs, firm your waist. Inhale, lift your chest, roll your shoulders back. You can look up. Exhale, you come forward to that extended back, like Ardha Uttanasana with the legs wide. Drop your fingertips down and keep your head up, chest up. Pull your hips back, pull the sides of the body forward, take a breath. And then as you exhale, you just drop your head down, walk your hands back. So you end up in a bent arm chaturanga or tripod headstand. And just release your head towards the floor, okay? Be here and breathe. Good. Maybe go a little wider in your legs and knees. Yeah, that's good. Good. There you go. That's good right there. Bend your legs a little, Fernanda, and widen your inner knees. Don't move your feet. Just pull your knees. Yes. Keep widening both knees. Your right knee also out to the side. Yes. So you widen your inner thighs. Let your head come down. Yes. Widen your legs more. Bend your knees more. Yes. Let your head come down. Now slowly lift your buttocks up. Slowly, keeping the head down. Good. Now, inhale, you're going to come up all the way halfway out of Uttanasana, fingertips on the ground, firm your legs, firm your waist. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips, roll your shoulders back, head forward. Inhale, come all the way up. Slight pelvic tuck. Exhale. Good. Step or jump. Samasthiti. One more is Parsvottanasana. Like we do sun salutation a little bit. So that's the forward bend to the side. So again, you step or jump, don't go too wide. Now you're going to turn your left leg towards the rope wall and your right foot turns in a little bit. So you turn your hips and torso towards the rope wall. Keep your hands on your waist for a moment. Okay, so left leg forward, right leg back, keeping your back hip can pull back a little, that's okay. Keep your back leg straight. As needed, you can bend the front leg, always working towards straight as you're able. Firm your waist, firm your arms down by your sides. Inhale, you take your arms forward and up. Take your head back and look up, palms together if you can. Exhale, you take your arms out to the side. You swan dive your torso forward. Roll your shoulders back. Take your left wrist with your right hand. Take a breath. Pull the left hip back. And then as you exhale, you bring your head down over your left shin. And breathe here. Let your arms rest once you're in the position. Just bend your elbows and rest your arms. So don't firm here. Yeah. And lift and shift a little. You're really coming over that leg. Push into that inner foot. Yeah, there you go. Good. Okay. Firm the waist, firm the hips. Soft bend here. Push into the inner front foot and then lift the quadricep up a little. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good. And then coming up, you roll your shoulders back, extend your torso forward, unhook your arms, firm your outer hips and waist, and then inhale, you come all the way up, palms together, looking up. Exhale, release your arms down, and then turn and face the other way. Okay, so now your right leg is forward, left leg is back. Hands to your waist for a moment. And heel to heel or heel to instep or a little wider is fine. Not too wide, front to back or side to side. Back hip can fall back a little, that's okay. Draw the outer right knee to the outer right hip. Firm the hips, firm the waist, firm the arms. Inhale, you take your arms up. Inner front foot, outer back foot. Look up. Exhale, you swan dive. Roll your shoulders back. Press into your inner front foot, outer back foot. Extend your head up. Yes, good. Then hold your left wrist with your right hand, or right wrist with your left hand, sorry. And then exhale, you come down over your right leg. Yes, good. Let your arms rest on your back now. Yeah. Focus more on the forward bend, outer right knee to outer right hip. Good. Yes, good. Firm the waist. Press into that inner front foot, outer back foot. Let your head come down. Yes, good. Firm hips, firm waist. And then coming up, inhale, you press into the inner front foot, outer back foot. Pull the outer right hip back, extend the torso forward, unhook the arms. Inhale, you come all the way up, palms together, head up. Exhale, lower your arms, turn your legs, step or jump your legs together. Good, very good, okay? Now you're gonna come to the front of your mat and we'll do one forward bend to down dog, one sun salutation to down dog for our sitting. Okay, so come towards the front of your mat. Firm arms, firm knees, firm waist. Soft eyes. Soft skin. Firm muscles to bones. And then inhale, you take your arms up, look up. Exhale, you're going to swan dive, but then come all the way over into your first full forward bend. And then inhale, you can bring your hands forward, shift your weight a little forward. Exhale, you're going to step or jump to down dog. Firm knees, firm elbows. Wrap the triceps around, broaden the shoulders, press into the hands and fingers. Lift the knees, pull the hips back, hollow abdomen. Release the head. Then you lift your heels, shift your weight, and then you can step or jump. You work on crossing the feet at the ankles, and then you sit down and extend your leg. Good. Very good. And you can use your hand behind you. So now, Dandasana. So you can use a blanket to sit on as needed. and have your heels on the mat as well. Okay, so take whatever you need to sit on, a blanket or two as needed. Roll the front thighs in, broaden the back thighs, the pelvic floor. So and not to just pull, because if you pull the skin away from the sit bone, it's too sharp, right? Plus you want to roll the front thigh in, right up by the groin, and the back thigh out, right up by the buttock. Yeah. Okay. And then you'll feel how that spreads your sitting bones and you're on your pelvic floor. Bring your hands firmly beside your hips or back. You can be on your fingertips or flat palms. Firm your knees. Lift your torso. Side body. Yes. Yes. Take one more blanket. One more blanket. Yeah. Good. And then if you're able, bring your head down towards Jalandhara. Yeah. But don't harden the front of the throat and push your chin into the chest. Rather, release from the base of your neck, top of the shoulders. Draw the front of the throat back, sides of the throat back, so you hollow the front of the throat. Don't harden. Firm your legs, press your legs down, firm your arms, and lift your torso up. Don't sink your torso, Susan. Yeah, lean a little forward in your torso and then up. Yes, that's better. Yeah, use your palms flat, I think is better. You could do it on the blankets if you feel, yeah. Yes, now lift the side body. Yes. Ah, much better. Yes, good. Okay, now take your head up. So that's Dandasana. So then in this method, they like to do Pravochanasana first to strengthen the hamstrings before we stretch. So, but it's with not your toes pointing, legs straight. So you bring your hands back like 6 inches or so, fingers forward. Okay, firm your legs, keep your feet flexed. Lift your chest, roll your shoulders back. Okay, you're going to keep your feet flexed, firm your legs, dig your heels down and lift your hips up. Good, that's it. Good, keep lifting your hips and maybe your head will extend back, maybe not. Be there and breathe. Good, lift your hips more, Anissa. Good, feet together, buttocks up, chest up, buttocks up. Good, and then exhale and slowly lower down. Good, okay. So firm legs, firm torso, firm arms. Inhale, you take your arms up. Exhale, you fold from the groin, keeping your arms alongside your ears. Inhale, you come up again. Lift. Keep that length as you exhale, fold from the crease of the groin, reach forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold from the crease of the groin, extend the side body, extend the center body, and then exhale and bring your hands down. Touch your feet, see if you can hold your big toes, 2 fingers and thumb. Okay, press the inner feet forward, pull the outer feet back. You can bend your knees, just bend your knees. Yeah, look here, 2 fingers in between the big and second toe. Touch your thumb tip to your 2 fingertips. And instead of pulling the feet back, extend the inner feet, pull the outer feet back, and then release your torso down. Don't worry about how low you go. Breathe into your back body. Bend your elbows a little, Anissa, out to the side. Yeah, and then look here, look here. So the shoulders like to squeeze around the ears. Draw the shoulders back. Right? As you release the head down and just lift the elbows a little and breathe. Yes. Good. Head down more, Fernanda. Yes. Head down more. Tuck your chin. Yes. More. Yes. Now let your head come down and pull your elbows out a little. Bend your elbows. Yes. And draw your shoulders back. Chest forward. Yes. Like that. Good. Okay. Now firm your legs and inhale, come up. Exhale there. Lift as high as you can up. And then hold the outsides of the feet. You can press the inner feet a little forward with your thumbs in between your big and second toe. There's a nice dip below the knuckle there. So, and then pull the feet. So the inner heels will come a little apart. The inner heels, they don't touch. They have to come a little, yes. So the outer feet can pull back and the inner feet forward. Yes, like that. And then you exhale and come down. Remember, pull the shoulders away, lift the elbows a little, release the head and torso down, breathe. Yes. Good. Breathe into your back body. Keep hollowing the waist as you exhale. Good, and then you inhale, come up, firm arms and legs, hold the feet, chest up any amount like Ardha Uttanasana. Look here, look at me, firm leg. Now lift up, yes, and then exhale, release. Good, okay. So now we're gonna do Janu Shirshasana. So you can do different arrangements for your leg, but one nice way is you fold a blanket like this, right? And then we'll start with our left leg bending. We're on a left leg day. So see how I angle this blanket a little bit? So my left, this is my left leg. I have to change. right leg. So your left leg bending, okay? So your right hip sits on the edge of the blanket and it's in Dandasana. And then when you bend your left leg, you can rest it like on the blanket. So turn the blanket just like I have mine. Yeah. So that's your, so yeah, like that. And scoop more back and to the right. Yes. Now bend your left. Yeah, there you go. Right. So everything can, and then you can see whether or not you need that. If you don't need it, you don't need it. Right. So you could move your whole blanket more towards your knee. You don't need that much on your, yeah. Ooh, yes. Try that. Yeah. So yes, exactly. Yeah. Now, if you need more height for that knee, you can just take it under the knee. You can take it another whole blanket under your whole hip. Right. So your right leg is in Dandasana, okay? Your left leg is in Janu Shirshasana, like Sukhasana, cross leg, right? So your right leg, your straight leg, inject it back into your hip socket a little bit. Yeah, that's it. Your left leg, you want to really, you can turn the leg out, right? You really want to extend the inner groin to the inner knee. Yes. And if you, is this the knee that bothers you or is it the other one? Okay, so you could have a belt here where you pull it this way, or you might want to pull it that way, depending, or use that. You want my belt? There you go. Yeah. So you put the belt here, right? Like that. And then you can use the belt to go like this, if that's what's needed, or like this, if that's what's needed. Mostly it's this way, but you never know. Yeah. Okay. That's good, right? And so you can hold that for as long as you like. And then at some point you might be able to let it go and it'll stay, right? So this leg is extending the bent knee leg from the inner groin to the inner knee, and the whole leg, including the lower leg and the foot and ankle, are turning out, external rotation, right? And they're extending. So this one is injecting, this one is extending. You're rolling this hip back, right? You're rolling this thigh back, but the hip, this left hip, you lift it and you move it forward as the leg goes back. Okay? So you're moving your hip around the stabilized thigh bone. Okay? And there's a little shift and twist towards the straight leg. Okay? So bring your hands on the ground. And then let's twist towards the bent knee for a moment. Bring your right arm on the inside or across, left arm behind. Lift and twist. And breathe here. Susan, bring your right leg a little more in towards the middle. Yeah, that's good. Okay, take an inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, twist a little more. Take an inhale, lengthen up, and exhale, release. Come back to the center. Sit in Dandasana for a moment and re-inject your straight leg and extend and externally rotate your bent leg. And then we'll twist the other way. Okay, left hand to the left leg, right arm behind, or you can bring it on the inside of the leg. Yep, a little harder this way. Be here and breathe. Inhale, you lengthen up. Exhale, you gently release and come back to the center. Inhale, you take your arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale here and just turn a little towards the bent leg, okay? And sorry, towards the straight leg. And turn, externally rotate and extend that bent knee leg. So the hip lifts up and turns with you. And then exhale, you come over the straight leg, keep your arms alongside your ears and inhale, come up. We'll do it 3 times, yeah? Turn a little, including the hip and taking the bent knee leg back. As you exhale, you come over the straight leg and the left hip comes with you. And then inhale, you come up, good. And again, you roll this bent knee leg back. The hip comes a little forward. Lift up, exhale, fold from the bottom crease, really reach. And then you can hold the foot or ankle or wherever you can and release your head down. Yes, good, Fernanda. Is it still bothering you, Susan? So it just needs more height, maybe? Also, you can bring your foot a little more forward, the left leg foot, more forward, if that's better. Yeah, don't close it so much. Okay. Yeah, turn your left ribs down, Anissa, towards the, yes, So they're even over the leg. And then look at your foot for a moment and extend the inner foot a little bit, just a little. So you don't want to harden here, but you don't want to harden here. So you want to be like, and then the foot is a little everted here instead of inverted, okay? And your ribs come evenly over the leg. Yes, good, Fernanda. Yes, excellent. Good, okay? And then inhale, hold your foot wherever you've been holding and come up as high as you can off the leg, pressing the leg down, extending the bent knee leg. Lift both sides of the chest up evenly. Exhale there. Inhale, you come all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Go on, lift your arms, lift your ribs and chest, and turn towards a straight leg as you do that. Keep turning, yes. See how much it's a twist also. Okay, and then exhale and lower your arms and extend your bent knee leg. Be nice and easy. So it's usually better to extend it with the knee bent and then straightened. Unless for you, it's better to keep it as a package like this and then straighten. So you have to see what works best, okay? So then you can turn your blanket the other way, okay? So you sit back with your left hip on the blanket, bend your right knee out to the side, and you can adjust, right? So you have that support. So it's more under your leg. Yeah, move that whole blanket a little more that way and turn it a little more down. Scoot back a little more and to your left. Scoot to your left. The whole buttock. More. Keep going and back a little. Scoot back. Yes. And more to the left. Yes. Scoot back a little more. Yes. There you go. Yes. Yes. See? Now you got more of that leg on there, right? Okay. So, yeah. So bring your blanket. See how your blanket is forward of your knee? Pull your blanket back. Yes. There you go. That's better for you. Yeah? Okay. So now this, yes, absolutely. Whatever works best for you. You don't even need it if you don't need it. So the straight leg is your left leg, right? It's in Dandasana. Inject it into the hip socket. The bent knee, the right leg, turns out, right? So you can help that external rotation a little by the thigh, right? But also the lower leg and foot all turn, right? Everything turns a little bit. Yeah. And then you can hold, bring your right hand to the right hip and pull it back as you lift the right hip and turn it a little forward towards the left leg. Okay. And then sit in Dandasana. Firm. Lift the sides of the body up, 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 up. Maybe take one more blanket to sit on. Yeah. Just exactly like that. Take the red one, fold it like that and put it right on top. Good. Firm your straight leg and externally rotate your bent leg and pull it down and back. Yeah, extend it. Good. That's it. Now we're going to turn towards the bent leg, right? So you can bring your left arm either on the inside of the right leg or across, right arm behind, and twist and breathe. Yes. How's that, Fernanda? Good? Okay. Okay, inhale, you lengthen up. Exhale, you release. Come back to Dandasana. Good. Yes. Lift the side body, lift the center. Roll the right hip thigh, the thigh back, the hip forward and up, right? And inject the straight leg. And then you turn towards the straight leg. So you bring the right arm across, left arm behind. Lift the torso and breathe. Bring your right ribs around to the front and bring your left ribs into your spine. Yes. Good. And then release, coming back to the center, come to Dandasana. Inject your straight leg, extend your bent leg, firm the knee, flex the foot. Good. And then you inhale, take your arms up. Remember, you're rolling this bent leg back, hip forward, and turning a little towards the straight leg. And then inject the straight leg as you exhale, coming over the leg. And then inhale, come up 3 times. Right, don't extend the straight leg. Inject it, turn towards it. Exhale, extend over it evenly. And then inhale, come up. Good. Good. Turn and also roll this thigh back as you bring the hip and inject the straight leg and exhale, come over, and then wherever you can, you hold and breathe here. Good. Beautiful. That one's a little tighter. Yeah. Okay. Good. Good, Fernanda. Keep walking your hands towards your foot. Yes. Especially your right hand. You can reach your right hand. Yes. Good. Yes. Hold the foot if you can with your right hand and your left hand. Yes. Good. There you go. Beautiful. And extend both sides of the torso. Turn a little bit to the left, right? So the left ribs roll down a little. Breathe into the back. Follow the abdomen. So you get length on that right side lower back, yeah? And then firm your legs and press down with your leg as you inhale, lift up with your torso. Keep holding your foot wherever you've got it and lift your chest, yes. Firm your waist, firm your leg, firm your arms and inhale, come up. Reach up, lift your chest, firm your elbows, firm your wrists, yes, beautiful. Exhale, lower your arms, good. And then use your hand to slowly extend your leg, unless it's better for you to keep it as a project up and then extend, right? That might be better than doing that. So you see what works best for you. Good, okay? So now we will do bridge times 3. So it's kind of nice to have a little support. So let's take a blanket and open it like this, and then fold it in thirds like an accordion, right, instead of in a burrito, okay? And then you put it on your mat in the middle, like so. Have a belt handy, so you can use this at the front of your ankles for, here. There you go. So you can use that for the Chatushpadasana, for the third option, okay? So do you see how my blanket is folded? Yeah. So you want to have your buttocks on one end and your head on the other. Open that blanket up a little. It might be okay, actually. It might be okay. You can see. So mine is pretty long. See how long that is, right? And wide, okay? So you'll see what works for you, but your head and your buttocks are on the blanket, okay? Head and buttocks. Head and buttocks, feet are off the blanket. Okay, so we'll do Chatush, the third option. So you can just fold your belt in half and put it to one side. Bring your feet close to your buttocks, okay? Now, observe how your shoulders maybe roll off the blanket a little on either side. Bend your elbows so your wrists and hands are right above your elbows alongside your waist. And then roll your shoulders under like we did before, one by one. Get your elbows close in towards your body. Now, move your knees a little forward over your toes to lift your hips up. So your lower back gets long, right? Move the buttocks towards the backs of the knees. And then really lift and roll the shoulders under even more and press into the feet to lift your hips up. So when you press into the feet, it really lifts, it pushes you more towards the tops of your shoulders. Let the back of your neck lengthen softly. Soften the front of the throat and the eyes. Not to push the abdomen up. Roll the thighs in. So you press into the inner feet. Draw the outer hips to the outer knees and take the inner knees towards the inner groins. And then when you go to come down, again, move your buttocks towards your knees, move your knees towards your feet, and elongate your lower back as you come down. Okay, so there's many ways of going in and out. This is just one way. So your feet are hip width distance apart. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna do that again. So roll the shoulders under. Bring the feet hip width, feet parallel. Move your knees forward over your toes. This is gonna lift your hips up, right? Then keep moving your buttocks towards the backs of your knees as you press into your feet and your hamstrings move towards your sitting bones. You move your sitting bones towards the backs of your knees. And keep pressing on the inner feet, right? Don't let your feet turn out. Don't let your knees splay apart. And roll your shoulders under a little more. Press into your feet and see if it takes you a little more towards your shoulders. Now extend your arms on the ground and see if you can touch your feet, right? So if you can touch your heels, that means you're getting pretty close to Chatushpadasana. Keep your chest lifting, hips lifting, but not your abdomen. Abdomen hollow. Now coming down, move your knees towards your feet and elongate your spine as you release your back down. Good. So now we'll try it with Chatush. So you take your belt and it's doubled, right? And you can lift your feet off the ground and put the belt just in front of the ankles. And then you place your feet pretty close, touching your buttocks if possible. Pretty close, right? So your hands are holding the belt very close to your ankles. So your thumbs touch your ankles, okay? And your knees are already forward of your toes. Now you move your knees forward more of your toes so your buttocks comes up. And then you start to press into your feet, lift your chest, roll your shoulders under, and lift your hips up. And keep your knees over your ankles. So if you need to slightly loosen the grip of your hands on the belt and walk your feet forward, you can do that. Okay, otherwise, you just try to lift higher and higher, push into your feet and lift your chest up. Can I give you a little adjustment?
Yeah, please.
And roll your shoulders under,
Oh,
right? And lift your buttocks up. Yeah, there you go. That's Chatouche. And you're trying to hold your ankles. Yes, good, Susan. Let your feet come a little more apart and a little and move your feet more forward. Loosen the grip. Yeah. Heels out, toes in. Yeah. Good. I'm going to give you a little adjustment. And then those of you who, if you're ready to come down, of course, come down. Okay. Yeah. Good. That's it. And then you release the grip and move your knees forward of your feet as you extend your spine down. And then you release the belt. Good. Let your arms come out to the side. Go ahead and extend your legs and rest for a moment in Shavasana with your head and buttocks on that blanket and your legs a little bit apart. So you should ideally have a pelvic tuck here, you know, so your lower back is long. Yeah, a little bit, just so you're not straining your lower back. Okay. And then bend your knees up one by one and roll over to your side to come up. So I think we won't do your shoulder stand today, but instead you'll use your blocks and come up into Viparita Karani as you're able, okay? So supported bridge on the block, legs up, and then we'll take Shavasana. So you have 2 blocks and you have 3 heights of the blocks. And if you feel more comfortable with something under your shoulders, you can do that also. So you put the block flat, right? Lift the chest, roll the shoulders under, and hollow the abdomen, right? Not to let the legs splay out. And then after some time, press into your feet and come up to the long skinny edge. It's in the sacrum, not the lower back, not really the tailbone, right? Each time you roll the shoulders under more, lift the chest. So for the third height, you can either have 2 flat blocks stacked one on top of the other, or you can have the blocks at their highest height, one under each buttock. Each time you lift the chest and roll the shoulders under more. So take your time to come up to that. As high as is comfortable for you. Don't go higher than that, right? So did you do the, yeah, okay. The second height, did you do, Anissa? Side, okay, good, yeah. And this is okay for you? Now bend your elbows, lift your chest and get closer. Yeah, there you go. So you keep lifting the chest, you don't keep sinking, right? Yeah, so you're gonna get shorter front to back, right, as you do that, yeah. Okay, and then you wanna make sure that the blocks are, just lift your hips a little, okay, in a comfortable, lift again. Maybe I'll move them a little back.
Oh, that's better.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then you adjust your feet and legs, yeah. So you take a few breaths here. Let your arms just relax once your chest is in position. Good, Susan. Yeah, now, do you wanna try a little higher or is that enough? Okay, so dig your heels down, lift your hips, flatten the block, yep. And then lower down and see if that's in the right position. Does that feel good? Roll the shoulders under and then relax your arms. Bring your feet a little closer together, Fernanda. Yeah, good. Now you can just stay here, or if you want to try the Viparita Karani with the legs up like shoulder stand, you can do that. You take one knee up off the ground, flex the foot, pause there and breathe. Take the other knee up off the ground, flex the foot, roll the thighs in, and then you bring your knees away from your torso so that they're right up over your hips. Lift your chest a lot. Good. And then keep the knees right up over the hips and the abdomen spread and hollow and soft. And then extend one leg up towards the ceiling. And you'll see if you're very tight, you might just do one leg and bend that leg and then do the other. If it's easy enough, take the other leg up. Yep. And be there. Good, Fernanda. Yeah. So you're working towards that. Take this knee a little this way and see if that's helpful. Yes. Good. And then you change. Don't overly flex that foot because that will just harden your calf. Now take this one up. Yes, Lena. Yes, Morgie. Yeah. Good. See, gets better already. And then maybe you take that one up too. Yeah, there you go. Very good. Yeah, lift the chest, roll the shoulders under. Good. And yeah, good. Beautiful. Good. So then when you relax your face and eyes, right? Yeah, and take your glasses off, Susan, if you're able. Yeah, you should be able. Yeah, roll the shoulder. Say again? Yeah, you're good. Yep. Roll the shoulders under more. Yeah, chest up. Yeah, good. And then just turn your palms up. You can just relax when your arms, once you have it's the pressing of the outer edge of the upper arms, lifting the chest and the inner edge of the upper arms. Yeah, exactly. And then you sit on the block, right? And this is a little lifted here, right? And as you keep a little lift here, this hollows down, even though this lifts up. So that, you're creating that length in the abdomen, like a little hollow belly. Then when you're ready to come down, bend one knee, then the other knee. Flex the feet. Good. And then you bring the feet towards the buttocks a little. Yeah. Now you move your knees a little bit away, and then you lower one foot down and then the other foot down. Yeah. And you pause there for a breath or two. The feet are about hip width distance. Yeah. Bring your right foot more forward, Susan. More forward, more forward. Yeah. Couple of breaths. Left foot more forward. Both feet forward, Anissa. Just a little forward, especially the left one. Left one more. Yeah. Good. Turn your feet in, Fernanda. Yeah. Good. And then after some time, push into your feet, lift your buttocks, and take one block away and go to the long, skinny edge of the block. So you come back to the second height of the block. Long, skinny edge under the sacrum. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, pause there and breathe. Yeah. Walk your feet away, Susan. Yeah. Good. And then when you feel ready, you bring your feet closer to each other, Fernanda. Yeah. Good. And relax your arms. You don't need your arms. Right? Then again, you engage your butt and leg, lift your hips, go to the flat block and move it more towards your tailbone. More towards your tailbone. Yeah. So your lower back hangs off the block. Yeah. So your lower back relaxes down at the back. Yeah. And then you can extend one leg on the ground if you like and see how that feels. Take a breath or two there. Yep. Feel that opening. And then you bend that leg and do the other leg. Or if you feel like you're ready to go to both legs, just go to both legs. That's fine too. Palms up. Yeah. Yeah. Good. And observe that. And if one's a little tricky, then you do one side, the other side, whatever. You can kind of explore. Yeah. Nice opening in the front of the hips. Yeah. Well, if it's too much, then it's this leg is short. Yeah, now it's better. I mean, it looks better. Yeah. Yep. Okay, and then when you're ready, you bend your knees up one by one, pause and breathe. Then when you're ready, you lift your hips up, engage your butt and legs, remove the block. Take a couple of breaths there. Walk your feet a little far from your body, extend your arms straight out to the side. Then walk your feet all the way together, even though they're far from your buttocks. So it's a very gentle bend of your knee. Take your left leg over your right, crossing your legs like a lady. If it's comfortable enough, you can tuck your left foot behind your right ankle or calf. So it's Garudasana twist. But if it's not comfortable, don't do that, especially if it's bad on your knee. Take a breath. As you exhale, you move your knees over to the right in a twist, keeping your left shoulder down. Inhale, you raise your legs back up. We do it 3 times. Exhale, you bring the knees over to the right, keeping the left shoulder down. Yes, inhale, you come up. The bottom foot does. And one more time, you exhale. So you come to the outside edge of your foot, right? And then keep the left shoulder down and turn your head and look to the left. And then inhale, you raise the legs up, come back to neutral on your pelvis. Exhale, uncross your legs. Feet and legs together, but the knees are just lightly bent. Then you cross the right leg over the left. Roll your thighs in towards each other. Maybe you can tuck your right foot behind your left ankle or calf. Maybe not, that's fine. Exhaling, you take the knees to the left a little bit, keeping the right shoulder down. And then inhale, you come back. Exhale, knees to the left. You just roll to the outside edge of your left foot, keeping the right shoulder down. Inhale, you come back. And then the third time, we hold it for a couple of breaths. As you exhale, knees to the left, keep the right shoulder down, look to the right, and you're on the outside edge of your left foot, and breathe. And then inhale, you raise your legs up. Exhale, uncross your legs. Extend your legs one by one. Bring your arms at your sides and relax on your back in Shavasana. You can take any support if you need it, or blanket, maybe a knife, or nothing. And assess your body, the feel of your body on the ground and the body parts touching, and how you let your legs come out of socket, let your arms come out of socket, have a little space so your armpits can breathe. If you feel you need any support under your knees or something, you can certainly take that, right? Or under your neck, head. Totally letting go. For 2 or 3 more minutes of just letting go. Take a little deeper breath and begin to just awaken your body by moving your breath throughout your body, your awareness of the breath into the hands and the feet, toes and the fingers. You can give a little wiggle if you like and roll the ankles and the wrists as you would like. And then when you're ready, bend your elbows one by one and bring your hands onto your upper abdominal region, lower ribs. Pause there and observe your deep abdominal breath, diaphragmatic breath. And then roll your legs in towards each other, firm your knees, pull your belly towards your spine, and bend your knees one by one. Pause and breathe. Let your hands float down towards your lower belly for a moment, and let your lower back release and your lower belly release towards your lower back. And then when you're ready, extend one arm over your head, and then you'll roll to that side and draw your knees up towards your chest and bring your other arm with you and rest on your side in the fetal position for a couple of breaths before coming up into your seated position. When you're ready, use your arms, pull your waist in, let your head be the last thing to curl up. So don't use your back strength, but use your front body. And then sit comfortably cross-legged. You can sit up on a blanket or whatever support for our closing chant, which we'll do call and response. And we do the Oms and Shantis all together. So take your seat, your asana, your steady, comfortable pose, and observe your posture, your asana, and your breath. Settle into your seat, and then we'll do our chant. If you like, you can take the mudra. Take a big breath in and out in preparation. And then inhale deeply for Om together. Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Once again, inhale, lifting the heart. Exhale, bow the head to the heart. Release the hands to the thighs and pause a moment, surrendering your head to your heart. And then with your eyes closed on an inhale, curl up the back of the neck and